Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big topics into clear, engaging explainers.
So, let me ask you a question. Have you ever argued with a chatbot? Oh, you know you have. We've all been there, right? You're stuck in this endless loop with a bot that just does not get it, and it turns a super simple task into something incredibly frustrating. It's like a digital dead end.
But what if we could just flip that whole experience around? Well, that's the entire goal of a field called conversation design. See, it's not about us learning how to talk like robots. It's about teaching computers how to talk more like us.
So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how a great AI conversation gets built. We'll look at why it matters, the research, the writing, mapping it all out, testing it, and finally, the humans behind the bots.
Okay, so first up, why does this matter so much? Well, because a poorly designed bot isn't just a minor annoyance, it's a total roadblock. It can actually damage a brand's reputation. A great conversation, on the other hand, it does the exact opposite. It builds trust, and it can turn a potentially frustrating moment into a genuinely helpful one.
And you know, this isn't magic. It's a really deliberate process. It starts with understanding the user, then moves to writing, mapping, and finally testing the conversation. So let's start right at the beginning, with research.
Everything, and I mean everything, kicks off with one basic question. Who are we actually talking to? And this goes way beyond just simple demographics. It's about figuring out what people are really trying to do and what's getting in their way right now.
This means you have to do some pretty deep user research. You know, what words do people actually use? What are their biggest headaches? Then, the team takes all of that and boils it down into something called a user story. It's just a simple sentence, but it's so powerful because it anchors the entire design in a clear human goal, like just wanting to know if you've been paid yet.
Okay, so once you know who you're talking to, it's time to figure out what to say. And this next step is really where the bot's personality and its helpfulness truly come to life, writing the actual dialogue.
You know, industry leader Kathy Pearl, she put it perfectly. The goal here isn't just to string a bunch of words together, it's to create dialogue that feels natural and clear and that reflects a consistent personality, whether that's super friendly or maybe a bit more formal and professional.
And you can really see the difference in these tiny but absolutely crucial details. Instead of a blunt, robotic, invalid entry, a well-designed bot actually guides you. It explains what it needs. That one small shift completely changes the feeling from being scolded by a machine to being helped by one.
Right. A real conversation is never just a straight line, is it? It's more like a map of possibilities, with tons of different paths, so the designer has to anticipate where you might go next and have a plan for literally every turn.
This is where designers basically become architects. They build these visual flowcharts that map out the entire conversation. They plan for the happy path. That's where everything goes perfectly. But just as importantly, they plan for every single detour, like when a user gets confused or asks for something the bot can't do. They make sure there's always a graceful way out, usually to a human.
But here's the thing. All of this planning, the research, the writing, the mapping, it's all just a theory. It's just an idea on paper. You can't really know if a conversation actually works until a real person tries to have it.
So this final step involves building simple prototypes. I mean, sometimes it's literally just reading a script out loud. Then they test them with real users to find all the spots where things get clunky. And even after the bot is live, the work is never really done. The design becomes this living thing, constantly being refined with data and feedback to just get better and better over time.
So after seeing this whole process, you might be wondering, who actually does this work? You're probably picturing a bunch of coders and engineers, right?
Well, not even close. The field is filled with people from these incredibly diverse backgrounds, all of them united by their skills in empathy and communication. I mean, think about it. Who's better at dealing with a tough audience than a teacher? Who understands the mechanics of language better than a speech pathologist? It's amazing.
And that is the real takeaway here. These smooth, helpful AI conversations, they don't just happen by accident. They are the result of a really thoughtful, human-centric design process. They are carefully crafted by people, for people.
So the next time you chat with a bot, listen a little more closely. You might just hear the careful work of the designer behind all that dialogue. Because behind every great conversation, there's a human.